By the end of this lecture, learners will be able to define the main subfields of linguistics, describe the specific properties of each subfield, explain the application of linguistics subfields in many different ways, identify the importance of studying the subfields of linguistics. Hello everybody. And welcome to the UNIV-ENGLISH channel. If you have not been here before, then, welcome to the UNIV-ENGLISH channel. If you're interested in learning more about linguistics, then make sure to hit the subscribe button. And also smash the notification bell to receive notifications of when I produce more videos like this. For more information, you are invited to visit my website, english.mokurma.com. So, let's begin with this question. What are the main subfields of linguistics? Linguistics is a broad field of study. It involves understanding how languages are used, how they develop over time, and how they are related to each other. Linguistics covers a broad range of topics, from the structure of words and sentences to the meaning of words and how words are used in communication. Linguistics is divided into four broad subfields: sociolinguistics, psycholinguistics, applied linguistics, historical linguistics. Linguists can be found in a variety of professions, including teaching, research, language translation, publishing, consulting and law. Sociolinguistics. Sociolinguistics is a branch of linguistics that focuses on the role of language in society. It looks at how language is used in different social contexts and how it can change over time. Truggill, 2000 claims that sociolinguistics is the study of the effect of any and all aspects of society, including cultural norms, expectations, and context on the way language is used. The term sociolinguistics was coined by William Labov in 1966. Labov's work with the African American community in Philadelphia showed that speakers of a particular dialect use certain linguistic features more often than speakers of other dialects. He found that these features were not just used by African Americans but also by white Americans who had grown up in the same area as African Americans. This led Labov to conclude that these linguistic features were not a result of race, but rather of growing up within a specific region or culture. Sociolinguistics is a discipline that makes a link between language and society. It is a concept concerned with how language use is a determinant factor of a given society. According to Meyerhoff, 2006, every society has its linguistic codes that are acceptable for interaction. Language is a powerful tool that shapes our society and how we see the world. It can create inequality, as some languages are more widely spoken than others. English is one of those languages that has shaped our society in many ways, from the way we think about different countries to the way we speak. One of the key concepts in sociolinguistics is the idea of standard language. A standard language is a form of a language that has been codified and approved by a regulating body. It is often based on the dialect spoken in the capital or other major city. Standard languages can be helpful in promoting communication and preventing misunderstanding, but they can also be seen as oppressive forces that impose uniformity on speakers of minority languages or dialects. Ample examples will be provided when we tackle sociolinguistics as a separate lecture. Psycholinguistics. Psycholinguistics is a branch of linguistics that focuses on the psychology of language. The study of psycholinguistics is a humanistic and social science that examines how language is acquired, used, and understood. It is based on the belief that language plays a central role in the development, functioning, and expression of personality. It looks at how language is processed and understood by the brain. Psycholinguistics is the study of how the mind produces and processes language. It covers all aspects of language, from the smallest units of sound, phonemes, to the largest units of meaning, discourse. Psycholinguists use a variety of methods to study language, including experiments, surveys, and case studies. Psycholinguistics is a broad field, with many areas of overlap with other disciplines. It can be studied from the perspectives of psychology, neuroscience, computer science, anthropology, sociology and education. Psycholinguistics studies written and spoken language by examining the mental processes that make it possible. This includes the study of brain activity, cognitive abilities, language acquisition and disorders. Psycholinguists also study computer models of language processing and the various ways that language is acquired. Psycholinguistics overlaps with many other disciplines. The term psycholinguistics was first used in 1926 by Edward Sapir, who was one of the first linguists to experiment with speech sounds using recording equipment. Sapir was a psycholinguist because he focused on mental processes, rather than linguistic forms and the social context of language. Psycholinguistics is concerned with the mental processes that make it possible. This includes the study of brain activity, cognitive abilities, language acquisition and disorders. Psycholinguists also study computer models of language processing and the various ways that language is acquired. The main idea behind psycholinguistics is that language can affect cognition, behavior, and emotion. It is particularly concerned with the relationship between language and thought. Psycholinguists study how language affects cognition through processing, acquisition, comprehension, learning and memory. This idea was first proposed by Noam Chomsky in 1957 when he said that language provides not only a medium of expression but also determiners of thought and action. Language is a central part of what makes us human. It allows us to share our thoughts and experiences with others, and to understand the world around us. Language processing difficulties can have a profound impact on someone's life, affecting their ability to interact with others and participate in society. Psycholinguistics is the study of how people acquire, process, and produce language. It is an interdisciplinary field that draws on research from psychology, linguistics, and neuroscience. Psycholinguists are interested in understanding how people use language in their everyday lives, and how language processing difficulties can impact someone's ability to communicate. Psycholinguistic research has led to advances in our understanding of how people learn language, and has helped to develop effective interventions for those with communication disorders. Applied linguistics. Applied linguistics is a branch of linguistics that looks at the application of linguistics to different fields. It often focuses on how language is used in schools, and highlights the importance of learning another language in different societies. Applied linguistics has been a key part of language education policy in many countries. Applied linguistics is a discipline that focuses on the study of language as it is used in various contexts. It is often more focused on how language is used in society, rather than how it is constructed. Applied linguists study how language is used in a variety of contexts, including education, the media, and government. Applied linguistics is an interdisciplinary field which involves the application of linguistic knowledge and skills to real-world situations. Applied linguists typically work in one or more of the following areas: language planning and policy, language assessment and testing, teacher education and training, TESOL, translation, interpreting, and localization, TIL. The term applied linguistics was coined by Charles C. Fries in 1959, who defined it as the science of language concerned with applying linguistic principles to achieve human ends. Applied linguistics emerged as a response to the need for language training in organizations and institutions. The demand for such professionals grew, and applied linguists found themselves working in many different areas of society, from government to education, to business. Historical linguistics. Linguistics covers a wide range of topics, from the history of language to the meaning of words. Historical linguistics is the study of how languages change over time. It can help us understand where a language comes from, and how it has evolved over time. But it can also shed light on various historical events, such as the spread of languages to new lands. For example, the language spoken by Native Americans in the United States today is very different from that spoken by their ancestors several hundred years ago. Historical linguistics can help us understand why this happened. Linguists who study historical linguistics use a variety of methods to reconstruct how languages have changed. One method is to compare different languages that are related to each other. By looking at how these languages have changed, linguists can make inferences about how the ancestor language may have changed. Another method is to look at written records of a language. This can be helpful in understanding how a language has changed over time, but it can also be limited, as not all changes may be recorded in writing. Historical linguistics is an interdisciplinary field which involves the collaboration of linguists, archaeologists, anthropologists and historians. It seeks to understand how languages evolved and changed through time. These methods are used to reconstruct the history of a language family by looking at related languages in that family. The history of a language can be shown through the development and diversification of its dialects. For example, the Indo-European family is diverse with over 400 languages. The field of historical linguistics was founded by Franz Bopp in 1816. He was the first to devise a method for reconstructing an ancestor language from its daughter languages. The field of historical linguistics divides into prehistory and proto-history, which studies the development of human languages through time. Conclusion. Linguistics is the scientific study of language and its structure, meaning, and usage. Linguists are interested in all aspects of language, including its history, development, and use in communication. The study of linguistics can be applied in many different ways, such as improving communication between people of different language backgrounds and developing new ways to communicate with each other. Linguists strive to solve problems in areas such as education, business, forensics, research, and many other fields. With the help of linguistics, we can better understand the complex links between language and communication. Linguistics is a diverse field with many subfields, each focusing on a different aspect of language. The study of linguistics can be applied in many practical ways to improve our understanding of language and communication.